and welcome to church. Church is where we get together to love God and love and encourage each other. I hope you're so well. I hope you've had a great week. I miss seeing your smiling faces, but I'm sure that we'll be able to get together soon. This is church. We are here to learn the same thing at the same time. So let's get into it today and see what Marv and Maeve got up to this week.
Oh, Maeve. I think I'm going to be the grandpa ninja.
And why is that, Marv?
Oh, Maeve, I was listening last week. Sometimes you think I don't listen to what you say, and whilst that could be true a lot of the time, but not last week. You was talking about the ingenuity.
Yes.
The ingenuity. This is my ingenuity. It's the next toy for the young'uns. Can you see what it is?
Yes, it's a cross, Marv.
It's not just any cross. This is a pirate's treasure cross. You know how, the pirates, when they bury their treasure,
Yes.
they would put an X on the ground and then
Yes.
an X on a map.
Yes.
And then they would know when they come back later
Yes.
where to dig so
Yes.
they don't lose their treasure.
Yes.
What? This is a pirate's treasure cross.
That's awesome, Marv. But we're not pirates.
No, that's where the ingenuity comes in. See, when the young'uns come to visit us next time, I'm going to tell them that there was a pirate in the area, and I think he buried his treasure somewhere. And then, this is the ingenuity part, Maeve. I'm going to put the cross on our old veggie patch, the one that needs digging up.
Oh, yes,
And
Marv.
the kids are going to come up and they're going to say, oh, look, there's a cross.
Oh.
And they're going to dig and dig and dig.
Oh,
That's
Marv.
no treasure. But we'll have our veggie patch dug up. How ingenious. I'm like that Gideon man.
Yes, well, I guess it is somewhat ingenious. Maybe a bit sneaky. But I think it's a good idea.
Ninjas need to be sneaky.
Oh, yes. But you know what, Marv? I've actually moved on from being ingenious.
Oh,
I have been learning this week all about loyalty.
loyalty.
Yes, I've been reading about a lady in the Bible called Ruth. Would you like to hear a story about Ruth and how loyal she was?
I would, Maeve. I would.
Oh, that's awesome, because loyalty is a very important part of being a ninja, and if you want to be a grandpa ninja too, then you will need to find out about it.
Okay.
So this story is about Ruth and Naomi. Naomi grew up in the Promised Land, which was also called Israel. But now she lived far away. She had a husband and 2 sons. Ruth was married to one of the sons. Then something sad happened. Naomi's husband and both sons died. Not long after that, Naomi decided to go back to her homeland. Naomi told Ruth to return to her parents, but Ruth did not want to leave her. She loved Naomi so much and was so loyal to her. I will go wherever you go, Ruth said. Your home will be my home. Your God will be my God. So Ruth went with Naomi to Israel. They needed food together, so each day Ruth gathered leftover grain from the fields. A good man named Boaz owned the land. One day he saw Ruth in the field. He wanted to help her, so he left extra grain for her to gather. Boaz fell in love with Ruth. They got married and had a baby boy named Obed. God had blessed Ruth and Grandma Naomi with a brand new family. Look at that, Marv. It's all happily ever after. after with a beautiful baby boy. So what did you think of that story, Marv?
Oh, another grand story, Maeve. But you said at the start it was about the loyalty.
Yes, it was, because Ruth, who was in our story, chose to go with her mother-in-law back to Israel. She was very, very loyal. You know, she decided to follow her instead of going back to her own family.
Oh, okay, but and what was the benefit of this loyalty?
Well, amazingly enough, Marv, we read later in the Bible that Ruth and their baby that she has with Boaz, well, he goes on to be have really amazing descendants. So remember when we talked about King David?
The slingshot
Oh,
fellow!
yes, before he was king, and it was David and Goliath. Well, he was descended from Ruth and Boaz.
Oh, well, that's lucky she was loyal then.
Absolutely,
Maybe
imagine.
no slingshot.
Yes, well,
No king.
yes, okay.
Oh.
So I learnt a lot from this story because I think to be a good ninja, it's good to be loyal to those around us as well. I think that's a very important quality for a ninja to have.
Well, that's all very good, Maeve, and I like that story, but I must say, I just want to go out and put down my pirate cross in the veggie garden for the kids.
You are so cheeky, Marv, so cheeky.
Thank you, Marv and Maeve. Now, Esther here is going to help me tell you guys what loyalty is. So it says in the dictionary that being loyal is having or showing true and constant support for someone or something. So Ruth was loyal because she stuck by Naomi and she was supportive of her whenever she was going through things. Now, we're asked to be loyal to our friends and family, which means that when they do anything, we need to stick by them and support them with whatever they're going through. Now, sometimes our friends and family, they can make mistakes, but we also make mistakes. And if we make a mistake, we would love for our friends and our family to be loyal and stick by us too, wouldn't we? Now, just like we need to be loyal to our friends and family, God is loyal to us. Now, we don't often hear of God being described as loyal, but that is because we usually use a different word when we're talking about God. When we talk about God, you'd probably hear that God is faithful, which is basically the same thing. God keeps his promises and he's always there for us no matter what. God was there for Naomi and for Ruth, and he never left them. He always stuck by them. And it's exactly the same with us. He will never leave you, and he will always keep his promises to you, won't he?
Right.
Yes. So, Ephesians 5, verse 1 to 2 says, "You are the children that God dearly loves. So, follow his example. Lead a life of love, just as Christ did. He loves us and gave himself up for us." So, God has an amazing example of loyalty, and we get to follow after him and show people around us love and loyalty and support. So, how are you going to choose to be loyal to your friends and family today? Well, that's the last time we're going to see Marv and Maeve for the next little while, but we're going to do something different next week. So make sure you join me here next week as we do something very different. It's going to be fun and it's going to help you guys do church with your family heaps better. But how about I pray for you all before we go? So, we're going to pray? Yeah. God, we love you. We thank you that you are here with us as we do church together. We thank you that we can learn all about you. And we thank you that we get to learn from your example, that we get to learn how to love people and choose to be loyal to people. God, we just thank you for every person who's listening, God. We thank you that you have allowed them to come together and be part of our church. And we just thank you that this week is going to be full of fun and joy and laughter, and that everyone stays really healthy, God. We love you. We thank you. Amen. Well, guys, we will see you all next week. I cannot wait for the next new theme